Be alone. That's where you give birth. Many years ago, Nikola Tesla said, be alone. That's where ideas are born. And the solar flash is about the expansion of human consciousness. It is expanding you to a higher version of yourself. Some of you know the great Nikola Tesla, and he said, be alone. That's where ideas are born. No big laboratory is needed in which to think. Free from distractions beating down the creative mind. You're here to create a brand new reality. You're here to create a brand new version of yourself. And if you want to achieve this, especially at this time, the energies are so high right now, you're going to have to be alone. Yesterday, this message, this idea for this very powerful video came to me yesterday in the middle of the afternoon. I absolutely, it was like I was in a fog. I'm like, I absolutely have to go to sleep right now. So there's many energies that are coming in that need to be integrated into our body. We are actually embodying the higher self. You know, for a long time, I've shared on this channel, there will come a time when there is no differentiation from your higher self and the embodiment that walks this earth, right? Doesn't that last the test of time? There will be no differentiation from your higher self to the embodiment that walks this earth. This is such a powerful time period. If you're new to the channel, I'm Michael. I discuss the ascension journey and I make it relevant for everyday life people. Everyday life people, they're ascending at this time. And you might be going through strange experiences, having weird feelings in the body. And it's coinciding with the solar flash. An increased amount of solar activity is coming to us, and it's changing us. Some of you, you might have been on that spiritual journey. You heard about light codes. Light codes. Instructions are given. We could see this with everyday life examples. You might have a plant in your room, and somehow it just knows how to grow. It's growing towards the light, towards the sunshine. It's getting this. You don't go to, hey plant, you got to grow that one. No, it just does it. There is coding in the light. It knows what to do. Sometimes in a change of season, you know, the ants know that all of a sudden you see the anthills pop up. Those that go out in nature. Some people never go out in nature, right? But you might notice that. All of a sudden the ants, they come marching up. You get the ants going in the chat. So it really is a powerful time period for all of us. And we have the opportunity to embrace the highest version of ourself. You need to be alone to integrate the solar flash energies. And there is a connection to the higher self or the restoration, the signal. Okay, Dr. Bruce Lipton talks about the signal, right? You got to get the signal. If you are on this journey, you know that you are not the body, you are the energy that operates the body. Right? So this is my avatar. Okay, we have this avatar, right? We're alive, right? But it's the actual energy that is operating this avatar. We actually all selected a specific avatar for the unique mission. Please know this, okay? We're not all the same. And we all came here for a different role, if you will. And you're going through what you need to go through for your unique role, for your unique experience. We're unique, yeah. You're special. We're not carbon copies. And there's a lot of derangement. Do you know about the derangement in spiritual matrix conscious matrix communities that are out there, and people try to throw you into a secondary matrix. We are here to dismantle that matrix so that people can actually take part in true ascension. If you're here for the truth, why don't you smash that like button and write true ascension in the comment section. Yesterday, I had to fall asleep around 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And the amount of, you might go through time periods where your body says, we have to shut it down right now. We can't be on a clock. We're going to talk about fake linear time and the importance, the magnificence of time as well. That's why it's so confusing, and that's what I'm here to do within our community and put this out to the world. It's about balance and alignment, to know that time could be fake and not real, but it's also the most important thing at the same time. So there's a lot to really, we have to really dive deep into this in order to make this jump, in order to reach the Most High, in order to truthfully ascend. You're going to have to look at both sides. You're going to have to go very deep. There's levels and layers to this ascension. So I basically, I'm like, I can't even keep my eyes open. If I'm on a matrix clock, say, oh, well, it's not time to go to bed. Or if I had matrix things to do, there's absolutely no way you might have obligations, right? Or fake obligations. And you have to do this with your friends. You have to do this with your family, quote unquote. That's about the royal family, right? No, but there's so many people within the community, oh, I have to do this. And it's just time wasters. It's matrix stuff. Write it down. Matrix stuff of a dying world. There are individuals that are out there that aren't going where you're going. And you can't waste a minute. You absolutely cannot waste a minute. And I've shared this on this channel. I had to make ascension my top priority. And all I'm here to do is share it with all of you. We have to make our ascension our top priority. There are time wasters out there. Now you start paying attention to the message. I shared this here, and it really makes a difference. If you really want to get this whole, absorb it, know it, listen to the whole lesson all the way through, and you will see all the points of the lesson connect. You got to be strong. You got to be empowered to truthfully ascend. There are time wasters. Stall, delay. There's individuals out there. Do you see them now? Do you know them now? There are people out there that try to stall. They just waste your time. You could never be stopped. But all you could do, or all that can be done to you, is stall, is to delay. Delay your ascension. Delay your rise to greatness. Some of you know this quote, this term. The devil will try to wear out the saints. Do you know that? Did you ever hear about that? The devil will try to wear out the saints, wear them out. So these individuals, they might act in the image of their overlord, just like how you and I move in the image of our Father. Know the difference. Know them by their fruits. Do you know people in your everyday life that you have to sit in quiet and say, you know what? This person is just trying to distract me and waste my time. That's why you have to be alone. I know it's not a pleasant thing, but please remember this. You're going through an integration phase. God works in seasons, right? Lori Love writes, no rotten fruits. Get the rotten fruits. Get that crap out of your life and get it out today. You'll feel better. You'll feel so great. No, you're going to say, wow, these people, oh my God, they were just trying to waste my time. That's why, again, it's not like it's such a glorious thing. It's a very special time period. This is the time period of the solar flash event. And God is sending the energy to all of us to rise up, to rise up to a higher level of existence. But you have to come to terms that you have to be alone. It's not a negative thing. It's just the way of life. Your gifts, your spiritual gifts, your blessings are for you. There might be people that try to either siphon the energy. Some of you know about loosh. No time for looshers. Yeah, no looshers here. Can't get the loosh, right? So that's why we have to move with authenticity. It's not a negative thing. It's not a punishment from God to be in isolation. It's the method. It's the way of the world. And Tesla, if you could, so many people, like, look how many years later we're still talking about Nikola Tesla, right? And he said, be alone. That's where ideas are born. We're giving birth. I'm giving birth. You're giving birth. We're giving birth to a higher version of ourselves. We have to give birth alone. You don't give birth out in public, right? You got to go in a nice, safe, quiet place, and you give birth, and then you go back into public. I hope that makes sense. If it makes sense, why don't you smash that like button? I appreciate that. It helps others listen to this and find this. So your body knows and then does. So the second God puts you into isolation, like, that's why we are not only surviving the solar flash, we are thriving the solar flash. Thriving the solar flash. Write that in the comments too. Thriving the solar flash. Your body knows and does. Your body knows, oh wow, I can rest. And when the body knows, remember, there's intuition. This is about your intuition. Now your body goes into rest mode. Well, I'm going to make a little sweepy poo. Right? And then you go sweepy poo. Sleepy poo is going to be trending. So your body knows and then does. Okay, so what's an everyday life example you have for us, Uncle Mike? Years ago, I used to teach in a public school. And that schedule had a time period of vacation. And throughout the year, every once in a while, we would have a 1-week vacation. I knew this. Some of my coworkers experienced this as well. And now we could share this and now connect it to Ascension. And now it makes sense. So every once in a while, right? So you got to work, you're on point, you got to deal with the people all day. And then all of a sudden you have a week off and you say, wow, I have vacation, I have time off. And at that moment, a lot of my coworkers as well, you get so tired, you sleep. Sometimes you even might get a little sick, right? Because your body knows, oh, I could purge now. I don't have to go to work for a week. And I had coworkers. I had a coworker, Lorraine. She would say the same thing too. She's like, I'm working the whole time, right? And then all of a sudden, we have a vacation. We have a time period to be off, and I'm tired. Sometimes you might get like a little cold for a couple of days. Your body knows, oh, it's time to purge. Oh, finally, I could release some of the toxins, traumas, and thoughts. It's so important. You could write mental health awareness down as well. We have to get rid of traumas and negative thoughts from our body as well. So your body knows. Your body knows. It says, okay, now it's the time. Now it's the time to purge some of these things. So I experienced that on these little times of vacation. So God kind of gave us like a season of vacation, maybe to be away from people. Some of you are getting this message. You say, yeah, sometimes I can't be around people right now. You could raise your hand in the chat. If I'm hitting it on, you get the targets in the chat. If I'm speaking the truth here, if you're experiencing this, you say, I don't have time for people. I can't deal with people right now. I can't people is one of the, I can't people right now. Okay. So this is a time period where you have to, in order to make room for the new, And these are things that we kind of already know. If you're on your science journey as well, you know that every 7 years, takes about 7 years, you have replaced and replenished all of your cells. Well, we need some time to, why don't we assist it along? So that's autophagy. So in order to integrate, pay attention to the lesson, if you are integrating the new energies of the solar flash, if you are integrating new aspects of yourself, if you are now building new cells that are going to resonate with the higher frequency of the world, you have to carry out autophagy. Get rid of the old dense cell parts. Get rid of all of the nasty parts of the past. Past traumas that are embedded in these old cells. You got to get rid of them. New, new, new. Write it down 3 times. New, new, new. It's about the new. Don't you love how we have science and spirituality together? It makes sense now, right? I appreciate if you hit the like button so people get this very important message. So important. These are, and at the end of this, I'm going to give you the top priority. What you say, Uncle Mike, what could be the top priority at this time? Top priority. And so obviously the first thing I'm going to give you right now is the sleep. You might be called to rest, and you get in this message. You're like, how can I rest dealing with a crazy narcissistic job? How can I rest when I have a crazy narcissistic relationship that's draining me? How can I do it? So this is where, there's faith involved. How do I release these things? How do I get out of the job? How do I get out of the relationship? A lot of these things are trying to put you on, tether you. They're trying to tether you to a lower timeline. They're trying to tether you to an existence that you're trying to break free of. And I'm trying to assist you. I can't do it for you. No one could do it for you. No. People can help you and assist you, but absolutely no one can ascend for you. You got to do it yourself. You got to get empowered. Let's be empowered right now. It takes a lot of guts. It takes so much energy to change your everyday life because your life is run off the subconscious programs. You have to find a time period where you could give birth. You have to find a time period where you could give birth. Just like we're giving birth to a higher version of our community today, each and every one of us have to find that time to give birth. And in the birthing process, it's very delicate. Observe nature. I share that on the channel. Observe nature. When you observe nature, observe the animals out in nature, you can understand your everyday life more efficiently. Look at mother bird, right? Mother bird is protecting the eggs. Any time when there's a birthing process and the baby's coming out, that is a vulnerable time period. It is a vulnerable time period during the birthing process. That's why you can't do it out there where there's stranger danger. Yeah, sometimes I did a video, God sends us strangers, right? So that's why your clairs have to be on point. They have to be at 100 right now, your clairs, right? Clairsentience, your discernment. I'm at a point right now, I know immediately. I know that I feel the vibes from this person, and I feel the vibes from that person. You will feel that as well. So important. Because we're all still giving birth. We're giving birth to a higher version of ourselves. That's why we have to be alone. Don't take it as a negative thing. Sometimes when we discuss these type of things, and listen, there's people that don't want to do the work. Oh, he said be alone. Well, maybe it's to stay away from people like you. Yeah, you know about the trolls. You know about the people in the spiritual communities that are trying to distract you, that are trying to prevent you from embracing the highest version. Let's get the Holy Spirit fire flames in the chat. I appreciate that. I appreciate all the beautiful hearts and all the stuff right now. No, you can't stick around. You have to do you, and sometimes you're going to have to do you because you have leveled up to a higher plane of existence, so now there's no one around you. That's okay. I'm telling you, it's okay. It's the birthing process. We're here to give birth. We're here to give birth of a higher version of ourselves. And I'm here to tell you it's a season. It's not a forever thing. In nature, there's a time, and okay, now it's grown up enough. Now we could go out to the world. That's why God protects you for a time period so you could give birth. Why am I alone, God? Oh, it's so that you don't get drained. You don't waste your time. So you could focus on autophagy. So you could focus on becoming the best version of yourself. Because there's people out there. Do you know them? Do you see them? They don't have the best. Ideas waiting for you. You know who has the best ideas for you? You and God, and that's it. And again, it's not always just, oh, it's a negative thing. It's just a vibrational frequency thing. If the people are here, right, they want you to stay here, right? They don't want, oh, Mike's up here. Oh, Connie's up here. Oh, Laura's going up here. Ronnie's up here. Oh, I'm triggered. Ooh, I'm triggered. So that's why God takes them out of your life. Because they're trying to prevent you from a true ascension. Please smash that like button with all your might if I'm speaking the truth. Because you might be an empath. You say, oh, I got to coddle this person. Oh, I have to help these people. Sometimes they don't have your best interest in mind. I'm going to keep going back to Tesla. Look at Tesla. Did Tesla leave a legacy? Let us know in the comments. I'm giving real life examples. Tesla said, be alone. That's where ideas are born. Now, you can have people in your life, but they have to be on your level. Otherwise, sometimes there's a distraction. There's a parasitical energy. Stop. It's draining. It's draining. It's draining. It's not allowing you to ascend. Move in the image. Move in the image of God. And other individuals maybe out there, you know them out there in the spiritual communities? They're too busy doing their weird stuff in the dark. Oh, but we could see it all now. Yeah, it's coming to the light right now. Yeah, they're worried about glip glab. They had a report. They have to go back. They're reporting back. What? Why is that person staring into space all of a sudden? Does anyone know? Oh, they're reporting back to glip glab. Yeah, they're talking to glip glab instead of talking to God. Smash the like button if that's the truth. The great solar flash is now. The great solar flash is now. It's purification energy. It's the Holy Spirit fire energy. That's the truth. It's the Holy Spirit fire. It's blazing, light warriors. Yeah, it's blazing. We got to have a good time. You have to laugh at some of this stuff because it is, my number one job is to make you laugh, especially if you are going on this spiritual journey. It's very rough. It's rough out there. I'm here to make you laugh. Laugh, clown. Laugh, clown. So you are changing. You're changing at a cellular level. There's a lot of energies. You are going to have to change yourself. I share this, okay? I implement intermittent fasting, right? I still eat protein, so I share about my fitness journey. Please hit the subscribe button. Check out the channel. I'll keep you running like a well-oiled machine in all three phases of life, not only one. Let's be well-balanced. Let's be balanced. Let's be in alignment because there's people out there that are out of alignment at this time, right? So protein is a priority. It is not the top priority right now. What's the top priority? Pay attention. If you could say from your experience, and again, I had we're all, front runners of this. So we're going to have to, do trial and error. Jeffrey Taylor, thank you so much for that. I'm very grateful. Thank you, Jeffrey. What is the top priority at this time? I would say it's mineral intake. Now, years ago on my journey, that's a mineral intake. Got it. I just got to eat, bro. I got to eat, bro. No, but mineral intake is so important because there's so many processes that are going on. You're integrating these energies. It's things that we never kind of went through before. So mineral intake is so important. Get your minerals in, get your salts in, and get your magnesium in. That's that. All I'm doing. Everyone does whatever they want, and I'm really very strongly supporting that because there are so many people that gaslight and tell people how to eat, and it actually causes a negative effect. It's actually called orthorexia. I did a full video on the channel page, right? So don't listen to fake spiritual gurus out there that gaslight you. Okay, you do what you want to do. I want you all to live your life the way that it calls you. All I'm saying is on my journey, I could say that minerals are so important right now. So your vitamins, your minerals, your salts, that's actually the most important thing because there's so many processes going on at a cellular level. You got to assist it along. You got to assist it along. So, I mean, the minerals itself is actually probably more important than the food. I would also like to have a piece of chocolate cake as well. Maybe I will be able to actually celebrate the holidays this year where I know there's new people to the channel and I'm putting my life up on a billboard for people to see. I didn't celebrate any holidays last year. I fasted. And again, am I going to live my life that way forever and ever? No. But I listened to God. I listened to my body. And my body said, Mike, it's time to fast. We have to fast. And we have to do it now with a sense of urgency. That's what I felt. So you might be called to fast. It's up to you. You have to know. I don't know the answers. The most important thing during this time period, remember, solar flash, true ascension, it's about expanding your consciousness. So the most important thing is know thyself. Why don't you write that in the comments as well? Know thyself. When you know thyself, then everything starts to fall into place. So important. Okay? So know that it's a time period of rest. If you do find yourself alone, it's okay. If you see people leaving your life like a mass exodus, are you witnessing that? There's a reason for that. It's not a punishment, ladies and gentlemen. It's not a punishment, ladies and gentlemen. It's so that you can take the time to integrate this energy. This is a once in a lifetime, once in a forever thing. So powerful. Now, that is the assistance, but let's assist the assistance along, right? We're assisting the assistance along. I don't waste time. I don't waste my time, my energy. I don't waste my resources. I did a full video on that on the channel page when I'm out on the beach. You should watch that and just know, don't waste your time, energy, and resources on anything else but your ascension at this time. Every great person, every great leader went through this process. It doesn't change. There's no quick fix. There's no, I'm going to find a way around it. You got to go through it. Once again, you can't go around it. You're going to have to go, going through it. Going through it. That was a song years ago. Going through it. We're going through it right now. It's not an easy or pleasant time. It's not easy, especially if you've never been alone before, totally alone. I've always gone through time period. I see people share this meme on Facebook. Me being alone is like having a great time. You know, some people, you got to love yourself. If you're getting this, the number one thing I want you to do is love yourself. When you love yourself, then everything starts falling into place. If you can't love yourself alone, right, then there's a problem with that. It starts with you. There's a lot of backwards, inverted, wrong subconscious programs. You must love yourself first, and then, and only then, things start to fall in order. And if you are all of a sudden going backwards, you might have a stowaway in your life. You know yourself. You know your homeostasis. You know your vibrational frequency. Start paying attention. It's the currency of the universe, of all these little things, and start putting it together. And now you're saying, oh, you know what? I know everything carries that vibrational signature. Now I start moving, and I move correctly. Let's move efficiently. So I'm grateful for each and every one of you. If today's message benefits you in any way, shape, or form, would you please kindly hit the like button and hit that subscribe button? We have daily videos, 9 a.m. Eastern Time, to help you become the greatest version of yourself. Let's become empowered. Let's get back into balance. Let's get back into alignment. Let's improve every single day, even if it's only 1%, physically, mentally, and spiritually. Let's move closer and closer towards the truth. It's the most high on the consciousness scale. Let's focus every single day. Tonight on Patreon, we'll be hosting a live stream. The link is in the description if you'd like to join us there. We have Facebook and TikTok and Patreon. All the links are there. Let's connect on all the platforms. Utilize the hashtag #OurEverydayLives. And sharing is caring. Please share the shift out of this video. It will help shift us to a brand new version of ourselves. So I love you all. Stay motivated. Comment down below. Do you feel like you need a little extra time to rest in recent time? Are you integrating these energies? It's so important to make your ascension your top priority. When you make your ascension your top priority, then all of a sudden, wow, now I'm seeing the growth. Now I'm in the sludge. You ever go through a time period, all of a sudden I'm in the sludge, I can't move forward? That's the densities. Drop the densities. Drop the baggage. Move in the same general direction. What's that? Increase your vibrational frequency. However it works out for you on your unique and specific journey. We're not all the same. So we all have different trials and tribulations, and we all have things that we have to birth into the world. What I'm birthing into the world is going to be different than you, and you versus someone else. So I hope I presented this from a very deep and very strong place of authenticity. The great solar flash is now. Yeah. I love you all. Keep going, kid.